welcome back. Now, more importantly, welcome back to Xillia 2. I'm all over the place today. Now then. Cheapo, what? Ah, there we go. Hey, Elise. I understand if you're not feeling so well right now, Jude. I can tell you must be very concerned about Millia. Oh yeah, hey Jude. Let's say Millia has completely wiped out Exodus in this dimension. But in any case, we've got to find those two. Yeah. You know where those two went? Rowan. Just leaves everything here to me. I shall handle it to the best of my ability. Okay. Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any to show off my new abilities. Right, I leveled everybody up, so now we're level 26. I then refilled all our items because we used a lot of items fighting Kronos. And I didn't even think that guy really understood what the fuck. Huh. Guess I actually finally did win one. Anyway, so yeah, so we did find, we've upgraded our I've also upgraded some of our equipment. I've not upgraded much, but I've upgraded a little bit. So, you're hoping we're okay. But I have no idea where we're meant to go. So anyone got any ideas? A visitor, huh? Well, how about that? The great spirit who saved the world is here with us. We must take care to show no disrespect. Right? Do you know where they went? And by the way, Musi looks like acts like a real bitch right now. Why would Lord Maxwell prepare her own food? Are we not doing our part properly to care for her? No, she had company. Lord Maxwell and Lord Musi just set off towards the Spirit Way not too long ago. Thankfully, I prayed for them both today. Okay, so the Spirit Way, now that I know where I'm going, is there. Look, if we stop, see this orb? There's a few dotted around the village. There's actually 4. In our original timeline, they're currently dust because Jude tried to revive Millia using them, like get her to come back. So they cracked and turned into, well, dust. So they don't exist in our current timeline. So yeah, like Jude said, Exodus must be well and truly gone if they exist in this timeline. Ooh, and what I do need to show you is one skit appeared while I was leveling. And it also, you can view skits. I forgot to show you this before. You can replay skits anytime you feel like. These are all stuff here. Anything like that. So you could just replay them. This doesn't, there's a title for watching every skit, and there's a title for watching so many skits. Replaying them doesn't count towards that. So it does mean I cannot really skip any. So there you go.
So, are you Rolo's owner, or is it Glasses Guy here?
Well, it's me, of course. I mean, who else has Rolo spent all his time with so far? Me.
I knew it. He seems to like Luger best.
That's not true. He only hovers around Luger like that because he's the one who makes his food.
What?
Rolo is smart enough to understand that his true owner is the one who pays for that food. But of course, the devotion he feels towards me runs far deeper than his food bowl. Isn't that right, Rolo?
Give it to me straight, Rolo. Who do you like best? He says he likes me best.
What?
Rolo, how could you?
There you go. Yeah, I found that the other day when I was leveling. Yeah, we were leveling. I was aiming to hit like level 30 because I figured we were playing at the low end of the spectrum. But yeah, we weren't getting much XP, so that, and I didn't want to go anywhere deeper than the area we're currently into here. So yeah, I figured we should be okay. Possibly. I mean, we might
You've gotten a bit better at this.
Huh?
I mean, we managed to beat not Julius, we managed to beat Kronos, alright, so sure, should be good.
What happened with your job at the station? I see. So you entered this dimension deliberately. You're an agent of Bakur's. Or, rather, of the Spirius Corporation.
The same job as you, Julius.
I see. I've always strived to be a brother you could be proud of. Now that seems to have backfired spectacularly. Luger, everything has a dark side. That includes the Spirius Corporation. And it includes me. You don't need to explore our dark side. In fact, you need to stay the hell out of it. Luger. Rolo. You're right. I shouldn't treat him like a child. But I'm his big brother. I can't help it. Sorry. You don't need to hear my grumbling. Thanks, Rolo. You might be more mature than I am.
He doesn't blame himself for me working for Spitties, does he? I mean, it's not his... Actually, it's kind of his fault that I worked. If you think about it, I wouldn't have got my massive debt if we hadn't crashed a train into our blinking research plant. So maybe it's his fault, but I don't know. I feel like Luger would have ended up in trouble anyway. And considering how well paid supposedly Spitties agents really are, safe to say probably would have ended up in this line of work eventually, even if he hadn't. So I wouldn't beat himself up over it. He says, walking around the field. I'm collecting everything purely because I can. I would use the winged boots, but one thing is occurring. I cannot steer using those damn things. I mean, I could use them. Also want to collect as many resources as possible around here. Because it did say previously that items in these dimensions is a different version of what you can find in the reality one. That's very short. So... don't know. But I'm collecting as much as I possibly can. Like so. Basically, because we might not be able to get some of the stuff in our real world. Or when they start asking for quests again for us to hand stuff in, it's nice to have resources that you can just chuck at them and tell them to take it. Instead of having to go out of our way to gather the resources again. That's part of the reason why when I was grinding I've been sending the cats away to go and get some odds and ends and come back. Figured it easier that way than having to pray for them to give me the item again for another 10 parts. That really doesn't help. It wasn't fun. Worked though, but it wasn't fun. Nah, anyway. There's an apple shop guy here. Lovely. Anything I need to buy? So I've got apple gel maxed out, I've got orange gel maxed out, life bottle maxed out, panacea bottle, set up, pulley. No, I think we're good. There is check this out. There's a couple custom weapons that I really want to order because look at these guns. They look awesome and they are significantly stronger than what we have. However, if you look at the requirement, it needs Salvador. Now you can look up in your menus, you can go through all these things, you can jump into system or library, and then you can go into item data and you can hunt it down and it's in one of these, like Salvador, and it tells you what drops it or who you can steal it from. And both of the people that drop it were in that previous dungeon. You'd think it'd be in more than one place. I'm pretty sure we can get it from somewhere else as well, but there you go. So it's nice to know that that you can make those weapons. The only downside is to make them means I should have grinded in a previous location. So I'm kind of hoping that an enemy just randomly drops to it, because I only need two to make the two guns, and they are so much stronger than my current guns by a long shot. So it would be quite nice to have the, well, power up. But enough about that. We can deal with that later when we have the stuff.
There's Mila!
I thought I told you to leave.
Oh shoot! I forgot to tell the paper I was going undercover. Mila!
What are you doing?
She's holding a Spyrex. It's our mission to destroy Spyrex technology, along with anybody who uses it.
We've really riled her up. So now what?
Let's... I don't want to have to use force, but it's the only way that's gonna work. So fine, force bucket.
Have you forgotten what she's capable of? It's a different Mila, but still.
Can you even fight her at all? She's your friend, isn't she?
Well, Please, don't do this! I can't fight Mila.
I gotta sit this one out, Luger. I can't do it either. Hey, listen to me. There's something wrong with your sister. You know that, don't you?
With Muse? That's preposterous.
So she was always such a bitch? It is true, she seems different, right?
Yes, but that's my fault. She lost her sight because of me.
Okay, I gotta commentate. I know I'm not meant to interrupt, but I got it. I didn't want to fight her, but lying to her isn't gonna work. So we have to talk her through this, okay? It's my fault she ended up this way. You're wrong, the divergence going. Doesn't it seem like something is controlling her? I'm getting straight to the point here. The divergence catalyst is the... How do I word this? A normal Millia, we would want us to just cut straight to the chase. But this Millia isn't really the same. So, doesn't it seem like something's controlling her?
My sister's a great spirit. Nothing can control her.
You sure? Ever noticed Muse talking to herself as though somebody else is right there with her? Almost like she was possessed?
How'd you know that?
You saw it too, right? That thing glowing in her body? There's no way you could have missed it.
What was that?
That's a divergence catalyst. It possesses people and warps reality.
It's a bad thing, and we have to get rid of it.
An object that warps reality. It's just like a Spyrix.
The two of you used to be inseparable, weren't you? Is she really the type of person who would smack her own sister like that?
Never. Muse was always so kind. She lost her sight, trying to protect me. The sister I remember was a different person.
Good thing Luger here has the power to smoke out catalysts and destroy them.
Is that the power of the spirits? If this catalyst is destroyed, will Muse go back to normal?
I really don't think lying to her is gonna work. But in a manner of speaking, yes, she will.
Fine. I'll help you until the catalyst is destroyed. After which you leave this place and never return. My sister relies on sound and smell to get around. Eliminate those, and she's dead in the water.
You sure about this?
Come, she should be at the top of the Niakara Holomont.
Can you do this?
Stop giving the kids so much grief, Julius. Sometimes, you need to get your hands dirty.
Don't I know it? That's what worries me.
Millia is not currently equipped with an extractor because the alloy mob does not exist in this world. Be sure to set an extractor so she can learn arts and skills like the rest of the party. Oh, thank God it levels her. I was suddenly thinking she better not be like level 10, but now we're okay. So she needs an extractor, right? She even got one. No, don't proceed. Give her one. Nope, she doesn't have any. There has to be one you'll learn a skill from really quick. Yeah, fuck, you can get this one. Luger, mate, we're gonna need to... Ooh, okay, that works. I know these are all out the way anyway, but there you go. Right, she got any skills she can equip? Oh, so many skills she should equip. Right, any of these that we should give her right now. Stable shift, avoid staggering while changing into an art from a spirit shift. Okay. TP gain, HP gain, safe landing? Nah. Attacking an airborne enemy will make them stagger for longer. It's like 10% more damage than attacking airborne enemies. Yeah, but we'll just get all these. And I'm just checking if there's anything else we should give you. Taunts don't really do much, was it? TP consumption reduced from normal attacks. Give you that, and let's buff. Just, yep, strength, vitality, intelligence, dexterity. That should do. Anyone else got any points? Right, I know Leia has some, but there's nothing she can learn right now. Okay, so we're all good. I didn't want to lie to Millia, but on the other hand, there wasn't much we could do, and we kind of need the backup if we're going to fight Muse again. Because I don't know if you remember the last times, but Muse isn't friendly.
The Holomont is through the shrine.
She's not friendly and she doesn't play nice, so I think it's a good idea to have as much assistance as possible. I'm also checking for chests. I don't see any of them. Okay, that works. So do I. See one of them. Ooh. Equipping that. Here you go, Millia. License plate. How are you doing for defense? highest it can be right now. I got a better coat for you though. And do you want... There you go. And my cat came back.
Let's keep it up.
Good kitty. Now go to here.
I hope you find something good.
I'm just sending a cat to every position possible. Oh, we got another one. Cool. Anyway, so the idea is that said cat will find stuff. It may be good stuff, might be bad stuff, we don't know stuff. And it basically stops me getting quests that I can't fulfill for ages. Really don't want to trick Milla, but this is kind of the only thing we can do. So either we lie to her and get her to attack her sister, or we...
So, it sure is great to be working with you, Milla.
There's nothing great about it. I'll cooperate, but that doesn't make us friends.
Okay, but yeah, so... I didn't want to lie to her, but like they said, they weren't gonna fight her, so... It was just gonna end up as a one-up. It's over! Oh, no, okay, that is not what I think that is it? It was gonna end up as a one-on-one, so that's not friendly.
The path here is steep, so be careful. Especially you two.
Okay, be careful, Rolo.
Ah! Right, won't it? No, don't go to near Kara. Meal Shrine, nope. Right, go to near Kara, go to Spirit Way. Right, reason I'm doing this is we just got silver, and what did I mention about 10 minutes ago? I needed silver in order to make a specific type of weapon. More importantly, a rather interesting type of weapon that I still haven't learned quite how to use yet. I'm getting there, but it's rather difficult to master them. That being said, have you worked out what it is yet? That's the wrong shop, but it'll sell me them nonetheless. And we can make... Nope, why can't I make them? Because I just equipped you with a holy symbol. Can I buy a holy symbol? Accessory, buy holy symbol. What does this need? I can just buy it, okay. Thank you, that was not cheap, I've just realised. It is necessary. And we're gonna equip that. Thank you. Blessed, oh, we just got given a blessed blade, so it's probably a good thing I didn't make the blessed blade. Right, okay, we're all good. Now we can teleport back. It's great being able to just do this. And back. I wanted the guns, and we got silver ore. And all I needed was silver ore. So we got the guns and we came back. But yeah, I keep bringing this up, is I really don't want to have to fight. I didn't want to have to fight Milla, and it came across as I did, but it was purely because of a case of, I don't want to fight her any more than they do, but this version of her doesn't seem the most friendly, if that's a way of putting it. She seems rather confrontational, so I thought I'd speak her language. It didn't seem to go down very well in the group. Okay, the enemy's changed from a plant to a deer and a... What in the hell that thing is? That's the thing. Right.
Doesn't look like they're here to shake hands.
What level are these? 26. Yeah, everything skills is here. Go. The hunch. Does Milla know any moves I can link with me?
Aww, that's it?
Yeah, see what I mean? Much like Leia just said, that's it. The XP isn't the greatest. But it's better than nothing. Milla's partner skill, bind. If you choose Milla as a partner, when you're battling a surrounded foe together, she has a chance of binding the foe. Milla can more easily bind speed type foes, and will always bind a stun foe. Nice. Almost makes you wonder though, if Milla's so good at binding people, does that mean she's into that? Music's hollow as hell. Ooh, good. Money. I just spent that much on a holy symbol that I really shouldn't have. Because all I could have done, which would have been easier, is just unequip the one I gave to Milla. But instead, I want Milla to have decent gear. Because we are going to be fighting her sister from the sounds of it. Even if she did say that if we take off our senses, she'll be dead in the water. I don't necessarily believe that's all it's gonna take. I mean, she is a great spirit, right? And aren't great spirits, you know, great, powerful, and terrifying in their own unique way. So, yeah, I don't think we can take them too lightly.
Milla's sister is horrible. She's scary, and she's so mean to Milla.
Well, the Prime Dimension Musée is a bit different from the one here.
I can't believe Fractured Muse is somehow even worse than Prime Muse.
Fractured? Prime?
Enough already! What do any of you know about my sister?
Oh, I didn't... I'm sorry.
In this dimension, it's Milla who seems to be dependent on Muse.
How can you like her after what she said about your cooking? If I said something like that, my daddy would get really angry, and I bet he wouldn't like me anymore. So I'd never say something like that.
It's more complicated than that.
Even though you're siblings?
It's complicated because we're siblings.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's complicated because we're siblings. Is that how I sound?
She does make a good point, but I never thought I'd see the day in which Elle made a good point. But it's true. You really shouldn't treat people like the way Muse treats Milla. You should never treat people like dirt. However, not really, there's no justification for it. I can't even think of an example of why it would work. You just don't treat people that way. That being said, I know this is an alternate dimension, and this isn't the way that it truly is. But this is the first time that Elle's meeting Milla. You kinda don't want her to meet the wrong one, right?
It doesn't look right.
Good, my guns are light. My guns look good too. Come on.
That's the weak point. Now!
Stuck again. Alright, try this.
I'm here
Try
for
this.
you.
Go.
Nowhere, here we
Go. I'm just gonna keep blasting it. Bubble! Alright, Alvin's over there.
So cool! I want to shoot too!
No. My guns are cool though, I'll give you that. Yeah, I was trying to link with Alvin, but I forgot Alvin's on the right. So, I kept going back to Milla. My bad. I've been that way already, so up here. Up we go. The music's gone all mellow and quiet. It's really eerie. Also, it's just dawned on me, have we really left Jude and the rest of them all in town? I know Rowan said he'd look after them, but... didn't mean just ditch them, did we? Nah, we wouldn't do that. We didn't do that, right? She finally learned that skill. Yes. And flashcard. Nice. Casting window. Link torch can be initiated during spellcasting of a spirit. Ooh. Is that better than Earth Guard? Yeah, it is. Right, there you go. Yeah, it is. Solid Guard, Mind Up, Agility 2. Anything here we can equip that's only cost 2? Not from the looks of it. Nope. And nothing from you. Ah, well. Actually, speaking of stuff, I'm checking how my debt's getting on. Now, I believe, don't hold me to this, we might be able to beat up more of the elite monsters when we go back to our prime
almost
dimension.
to the summit.
Muse.
When we get back to the prime dimension. However, I'm just gonna beat this bird up so it's in my book. But there is every chance I'm wrong. Get the birdie. Okay, wait, TP. Go. I wonder who else doesn't like light. I mean, we got given the blessed night to Link. The blessed. Oh yeah, speaking of Link, turn these back on. Link, open. Yep. Up to you and use frequently. Likewise. Yeah, bugger you can use. Right, go ahead. And you're gonna die.
You're amazing!
I guess I overdid it.
Alright. I really only wanted to beat that thing up so to get added to my enemy book. But it does occur to me that we may have slightly missed a few anyway, so whatever. What I do need to do though is be well aware of the fact that I'm getting into a big scary fight. And because we all know that Zero Divide, Demon Inferno, Phoenix, Plunge and Splash. Rising Falcon, Cyclonic Air is variable trigger, and Crossfire. Crossfire is really good. Yeah, of course that got upgraded comes using a lot. Bubble I'm getting there. Rolling Thunder I quite like. Bubble Blast is also set. Wait, Zero Divide's a gun move? Dark bullets converge behind enemies and draw them to you, with a chance to stagger them. Range increases when mastered. Ooh. Okay, right, so I'm gonna stick with... See, the ones that are up and down are really hard to do, so I'm just gonna stick shortcuts to them. Rolling. Right, we're gonna set that to the right stick and make that 0 divide. Anything that we can do... Oh, here you go. Oh, I got... Oh, yeah, magical distraction. I'm gonna show you that later. Right, yo. Everybody ready? Everybody got enough TP for a really big, scary fight? Yeah, possibly. Worst comes to worst, I do have my chromatis to shift into if I need to. So we should be okay. As I said previously, and I'm forever saying, I don't like to have to rely on the chromatis solely. I want to have it as like my ace in the hole. But, if... Well, to be honest, I'm relying on items solely anyway, so... Probably shouldn't talk about how not relying on something too heavily when I rely on items like there's no tomorrow. But... A guy can dream about the days in which that's not a problem.